Happy Easter. My name is Tom Quiner, and I am president of Iowans for Life's board. I had an Easter epiphany this season that Easter is very pro-life. After all, what is the lesson of Easter? Simply put, it says that you matter, that your life has meaning. Easter says your life has so much meaning that God sent his son into this world to die for you to save your soul. Easter recognizes that your soul is eternal and that without the cross, it will be separated from God forever. So in other words, Easter presents us with a very pro-life message. Your life matters. What we do in this physical world has an impact on the long-term disposition of our soul. Without the cross and resurrection, we're dust. I just watched the Passion of the Christ again this Lenten season, and I squirmed and I recoiled in horror as an innocent man, Jesus, was brutalized by Roman tools of torture. Father John Ricardo once said on Iowa Catholic Radio, if that's the cure, imagine the disease. So the lesson of Easter is that there is a cure for our disease, and that cure is Christ. And that Christ's unimaginable sacrifice is a bold statement that your life and my life matters, that it has meaning, rich, lavish meaning in God's eyes. Otherwise, why would God do what he did if your life was meaningless? Seriously. Monsignor Frank Chido put it this way once in a homily I heard him say. He said, if you were the only person who was ever born, Christ would have still climbed onto that cross and died for you so that you could live. So in light of this, the question shifts to, does all of your life matter? In other words, do the first 9 months count, your time of development in the womb? As Christ hung on the cross in an agony we'll fully never comprehend, was he dying for only the born with the disregard for those in the womb? In other words, did Christ not die for the 61 million human beings aborted in the United States since 1973? Now, I refer to these 61 million aborted entities as human beings since 96% of biologists acknowledge that human life begins at fertilization. I refer to these people as human beings since embryologists assert that at fertilization, and I'm quoting here, for the first time, the new life has all chromosomes and all the directions, which is DNA, it needs for the rest of life. The sex of the baby, the color of the hair, everything is already fixed at this instant of fertilization. So, to repeat the question, did Christ die for the human beings in the womb, human beings as defined by the scientific community, or did Christ look upon them with indifference? And you know what? This seems kind of unlikely since sacred scripture tells us that God knew us before we were born. In light of this, acceptance of abortion, how can it be anything other than a rejection of Easter? This is Tom Quiner for Iowans for Life.